Good morning. Day 138. It's 7 o'clock, so I'm getting a little bit later start, but that was intentional. I got in late last night, so I decided to sleep in a little bit today. Just let the birds wake me up. Woke up just before 6 and, started to get up about 6:10. So that was kind of nice. Just kind of nice, easy, relaxing start to the morning. It felt good. It got down to 42 last night, so it was a little bit chilly, but dry. So we got to put away a dry tent and dry ground cloth for the first time in several days. So that's a bonus. That's a good way to start off the day. Like I said, 7 o'clock, I'm going to hit the trail. We got water stop in like 5 miles or 13 and a half. So probably do it at 5. Look at the mileage. I'm like 72 miles away. So that's like, if I want to get there Sunday night, that'd be 24 miles a day. But I think I want to get there Monday afternoon. So that's like a nice, easy, 22 miles a day. And that'll leave me, whatever, like six miles, on Monday. That's pretty relaxing. I could even go like 21 miles a day and then just do 9 miles in. So I got options, and I can just take it easy and enjoy the day. I think the next few days it's supposed to be warming up a bit. I think it's supposed to hit like 80 today and then 85 the next 2 days. So we'll keep an eye on the heat and enjoy the day. We'll see how I'm down the trail. This is Dewey Lake. This is the lake I slept at last night. Just a beautiful mountain lake. A nice sandy beach over there. Didn't really get to enjoy the lake too much because I was just hustling to get the camp set up, and it was getting dark by the time I woke up, or by the time I got the camp set up and ate. So I just went to bed. So morning panorama. See a little lake back there. This little pine forest, and then you got Mount Rainier. I think I just exited Mount Rainier National Park, so we kind of skirt the southeast corner of the park, because the park's west to me, or the mountains is west to me. But gorgeous view of the mountain, man. She's a beauty. And then continue on around. We just have lush pine forest, well-maintained trail. I'm liking it. Did it again. Took a wrong turn at a junction. Signs are a little bit confusing. And then I got distracted by the beautiful views of Mount Rainier and just kept going down the wrong trail. So that probably cost me half mile, maybe 3/4 mile before I realized I had to backtrack. But now I'm back in the PCT, head the right direction. Hate when you do that, because it just costs you miles. But at least I got some nice views out of it, so wasn't all bad. Nice little bridge over the highway, the entrance to Mount Rainier National Park. So I've just been skirting the edge of it a little bit. Well, we're done for now. Got some water here at Sheep Lake, just a gorgeous lake. A few locals out here camping in it. Just look at that reflection. Beautiful Sheep Lake. And for a couple hours later, I take a dip. There's a nice sandy entry point. Real nice lake to take a little swim in. But it's a little bit early, a little bit chilly, and I gotta make some miles. So maybe this afternoon I'll find something. Okay, just made it to the top of Sourdough Gap. That's the lake where I filled up with water back there. And I think that's Mount Adams back in the distance. Kind of looks like Mount Rainier, but I thought I was catching a glimpse of Mount Rainier right through that little pass while I was coming up. So I think Mount Rainier is over there, and I believe It's Mount Adams in the distance. So see two major volcanoes on the way up, and real nice. On this side, here's the gap, and it's just beautiful over here as well. This is the direction I'm heading here, and how beautiful is this? Okay, what a beautiful view of Mount Rainier. And no clouds in the sky, just perfect day. This is looking to the north, some sort of ski area down here. It's headed up the trail this way. A little bit steep, but it's doable. Once again, just beautiful Mount Rainier at a view the whole way up of this thing. And then if you look to the south, right there, you can see Mount Adams in the distance. There, I don't know, about a week ago, something like that. 5 days ago, now about a week. All right, just gonna take advantage of this beautiful day. Keep hiking. Okay, so here's my campsite. It's by a little water source. Water's getting scarce again. I guess it's the end of the season, so a lot of them are dried up. This one was like, I don't know, 8 miles since the last water source. I think tomorrow we got 5 miles, then 12, then another 5 between sources. So they're not as plentiful as they used to be. But got a good flat spot. But check out all these trees. You know, everything around here is burned to a crisp. They call these widowmakers. So, you know, it just takes one of them to fall on your tent, and that could be lights out. Luckily, there's no big branches. Some of these little branches fall. You know, that'll wake me up, maybe rip my tent, but it's not gonna do any serious damage. If the whole tree falls, well, that's another story. I feel okay camping here with all these widowmakers because it's a clear night. There's no wind. Should be nice and calm. I think it'll be okay. Plus, there's not a whole lot of other choices. The next site is a couple miles up. I think about 1.8 miles up, but it's all burned too. There's a cabin, but that's 5 miles up, and I don't have 5 more miles in me. So between this site and the next site, I was tired. I was beat, so I just decided to stay here. I'm glad because the next site that I was going to go to, like 1.8 miles up, 7 people have headed towards that site, so it's going to be crowded there tonight. Right now, I got this all to myself, and we'll see if it stays that way. I was kind of happy, you know, these 4 guys I've been leapfrogging with for the last 2 days, they stopped and got water here because the next site doesn't have any water. That's where they're headed. But I was kind of glad talking with them because they're all fit, kind of burly guys in their early 30s, and they're all talking about how tough the trail is and how much their feet and ankles hurt and how wiped out they are, and that they were going to go to this cabin site another 5 miles down, and all 4 of them, or well, 3 of them, the first 3 of them said there's no way that they can do that. So that kind of made me feel good because I've been leapfrogging with them. They took a siesta, so I got, you know, out ahead of them and made camp here about, I don't know, half hour before the first one showed up. So that kind of made me feel good. I'm tired. I mean, my legs feel good and my feet feel good, but I'm spent. And this is tough, rugged terrain here in Washington. It's no longer in Oregon. So having those 3 guys complain about how tough the trail is kind of made me feel good. It made me feel not so old anymore. I guess that's about it. We'll see you down the trail. Okay, end of day 138. I only did 21.4 miles today, which is fine. I think the rest of the way, you know, I got to do like 22-mile days the next 2 days, and that'll leave me like 6 or 7 to get into Squamish Pass. So that's kind of optimal. Kind of want to get in there somewhat early. I don't think you can check into the Washington Alpine Club till noon, but there's, I can grab something to eat. I think there's 2 restaurants there at Squamish Pass. So that's kind of perfect timing. And today, I got a late start because I didn't get on the trail till 7. I kind of went slow. Wasn't really into it. Oh, just checking out a deer walking through here. 2 deer. Wow, look at that. I don't really see them now, but there's 2 deer through all those trees, which surprised me because we've been in this burn zone for, oh geez, I don't know, 5 miles, 7 miles, something like that. So there's nothing, not much live. I mean, there's grass, and I'm sure there's stuff for them to eat, but I would think the deer would kind of stay in the live zone. Oh, there they are there. I don't know if this might be too much of a zoom, but there's one, and the other one, I don't know, is right kind of behind that tree. So I guess there's enough for them to eat here. And I guess they don't mind the burned trees. So good for them. Finishing the closeout, yeah, it's got in camp just a little bit after 5. So, I mean, if you feel good, I can relax tonight and get some good sleep, hit the trail tomorrow. And the next 2 days should be all right. If I only have to do 22 miles. I was just looking at the profile and it doesn't look too bad. But it's a little bit more rugged terrain out here. So I like, having some time and being able to take it easy a little bit. I was tempted, I walked through and got out of Rainier National Park and had some fabulous views of Mount Rainier. Just, nice clear day, which might be somewhat of a rarity in Washington. But I was tempted to, take a detour and go into Mount Rainier National Park, the main park, where the PCT kind of skirts the edge of it. Because there's a trail that I've been wanting to do for probably 10, 15 years called the Wonderland Trail that's at the base of Mount Rainier, and it circumnavigates Mount Rainier. I think it's like 90 or 95 miles, somewhere around there. And Sandra and I were planning on going 1 year, but I forget, something came up and we ended up not going. I think the weather turned bad or something. I don't exactly recall. But that's normally like probably a 7 or 8 day trip. And then, driving up from San Diego, that'd be like a 2-week endeavor. And I'm like right here with hiker legs. So, I could probably knock that thing out in about 4.5 days. And I was right there. So I was tempted to go in there. I don't have a permit, so I'd have to see if I could get a permit. And I didn't quite have enough food, so I'd have to get some more food somewhere. I'm sure you could scrounge something up in the national park. But the thought crossed my mind. But I'm kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I've made, references to, the PCTs kind of like going to college, and I definitely have senioritis now. This last section's, I've only got another 2.5 days into Squamish Pass. After that, it's 76 miles to Stevens Pass. That's like probably 3 days, 3.5 days maybe. And then we'll have to see what the fires are doing. Right now, there's 70 miles of trail open after that. And there's like, I don't know, maybe 80 or 90 closed. So we'll see if that opens up. If it doesn't, then, after Stevens Pass, 70 miles, that's another, 3.5 days. So I could be in single digits for days left hiking. 2.5 to Squamish, 3.5 to Stevens, and then another 3.5. So this journey might be coming to an end pretty fast. If they open up the fire, then the fire zone, then that might add another 4 or 5 days. So we'll see. And then I'll probably add a 0 or 2 in there. So we'll see what happens. My philosophy all along is just I'm gonna hike what the trail gives me. And, if it's closed, then, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And I'll just figure out a way to get around it. If it's open, then I'll do it. So I think tonight's going to be pretty good. Probably upper 40s, lower 50s. Nice clear. There's not a cloud in sight. So should be a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.